Welcome to Oxfordshire Sports Online, bringing you live second leg playoff action between the Oxford City Stars and the London Raiders. The Stars trail by 4 goals to 2. I'm glad to say I'm joined by former double winning captain, former double winning captain Nick Oliver, who's alongside me. How big is today's game?
Oh, it's massive. It's a huge opportunity to get to the next stage of the playoffs, something we haven't done for God knows how long.
Yes.
Before my time.
Before your time. The place is going to be rocking today. How big a part can the fans make?
Oh, massive. This arena just makes noise, so if the fans get behind the team and the team start off well, it could be huge.
The first goal is massive today, isn't it? A 2-goal deficit is very, very nervy, one would say. I saw the London Raiders last night and they looked a little bit nervy when they were 2 goals down, and every time the puck in the latter stages of the game went towards their net, it was a bit dump the puck away, just get it away.
Happens a lot when it gets to playoff time.
Yeah, and the rules the parameters of the rules of the game sort of somewhat change a bit as well in the playoffs, don't they? Because hits that would normally be trips or penalties or infringements don't seem to happen. You explain that one to me.
I think the refs try and let the game flow a bit more in the playoffs because they understand the importance of it, but it sort of works both ways. You're going to get both coaches moaning about missed penalties and stuff, but then they'll happily have it when their guys aren't getting called, so the refs can't really win either way, can they?
Well, your brothers were playing, Josh and Joe were playing last night. Have you had a chat with them?
No, I haven't.
You haven't had a chat with them? No, you've stayed away. But you've chatted to the main supporter.
My mother.
Your mother?
My mammy.
Yes, and how excited is she for tonight?
She is overjoyed.
Overjoyed, yeah.
I don't know.
She's nervous. I tell you, Dave Carr yesterday in the commentary box was very, very edgy.
Could you understand him when he was talking? I
had an interpreter with me, but it is the London Raiders. It is them that lead by 2 goals going into this first leg. I shouldn't really point at the camera, but it's great anyway. But I can tell you that the Stars have got to make sure do your eyebrows, and your Stars have got to make sure that they claw back a 2-goal deficit. Let's have the first period. Play without your imports is a massive ask.
It's huge in this league. I mean, if you look at the point scorers from yesterday's game.
Yeah.
How many points did the imports for London get from their 4 goals?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It just says it all, really. And you see the sort of top scorers in the league, the top scoring charts, and the majority of them are going to be the imports because that's what you pay the money for.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Yunus Lima-Tynan, we felt might have made it onto the park today. Oh, good turn and shot there. It's a terrific save by Mark Duffy because he would not have seen Pitchley's shot. He's pirouetted and fired the shot in. It's the Raiders that are taking it to the Stars. It's still goalless. Pitchley cuts in from the right-hand side. Chance back in front. Pitchley with a chance.
Really
and he
nice
scores
goal.
A really well-worked goal there. Pitchley gets his 4th goal on the spin in this tie. And it's no more.
That's what they deserve.
It's what they deserve. He's got to find that spark, hasn't he? He knows his task will be made a lot easier if they can, in this final 4 minutes and 57 seconds of this first period, go in with a goal under their belts.
Yeah, definitely. The whole building would be rocking. The boys on the bench would be rocking as well. It'd be massive if they could get a goal these last 5 minutes.
Davis pops it high above the net of Duffy. Comes off the net behind the net, and Narlek puts it in the back. And I'll tell you what, Narlek's had a real gift of a goal there, because that has gone high above Mark Duffy's net. There's no plexiglass here. It's come off the nets that protect the windows at an awkward angle, but it's fell at the feet of Narlek, and it's just tucked in under the body of Mark Duffy.
It's not over. It's 4 goals. It's definitely not over, but the way the game's been flowing, you'd say the Stars are struggling massively.
Yeah, and it's just come off a post there from Lack. Both posts. And the Raiders are at the party, and they are playing very, very well. And at the moment, the Stars are finding it difficult to find any edge. Shot from Green, top of the slot, saved by King. But it's shots from distance now that the Stars are finding. They're not out working their opponents today.
4-2, so it's not over.
You're doing well to sell this, but the way the first period's gone, you would be forgiven for saying here. It's a 2-on-1 break again. Narlek got Davis with him. Narlek comes in. He gets another goal. 3-0. All too easy. He had the false run on the far side with Davis. He didn't take it. He fired it high past your man Duffy. It's 3-0, and I'm afraid that is Raiders off to face, I think. End of the first period, I'm joined here by former double winning captain Nick Oliver. The Stars trail by 3-0. Nick, how big is it? How flat is it? What have the Stars got to do now in the locker room?
I think they've got to completely sort of change the way they're playing. I mean, the line combinations don't seem to be working. Simon's been juggling the lines the whole of that period just to try and get some passes going, passes to take, put some pressure on London. So I think it's a case of just getting the boys in the room and trying to calm them down a bit, really.
Yeah, part of their wanting to succeed has led to a plethora of misplaced passes, and Raiders have been the team comfortably on top in that first period. Yeah,
the Stars have just been rushing. When you've got a 60-minute game, you don't need to rush that, but it just goes with it's human nature, isn't it?
Well, we'll see what happens in the second period. Currently, the Stars trail by 3-0. That is 7-2 they trail on aggregate. Join us for the second period shortly. Face off just to the right of the net of the Raiders. And it's the Raiders that carry the puck out. It's Buda that drives forward, goes outside of Joe Oliver, who does well to force him to the boards. Buda comes back, chance for Munro. It's in again, right through the 5-hole of the nets. Game, set and match, one feels now.
Yeah, I think so. I think the fat lady is ready to go. It's a shame.
I mean, we mustn't forget, not only have they missed, they had a two-way in Ben Nethersell, who was a very good D-man. He's been recalled by Swindon, playing EPL now. They have been racked somewhat. And Narlek goes through too. It's 4, it's 5-0.
That was just sort of Harlem Globetrotters style there. London were just toying with Oxford. I mean, I think Simon's going to be the most disappointed because
when Jason Eichen slapped one top shelf yesterday, they've been the aggressor side of playing the better hockey in the first 5 minutes. When Jason Eichen popped it in, when the second went in from Josh Oliver, they could have been forgiven. Getting back in the hutch and thinking to themselves, we're dominating, what's going on, you know?
Yeah, they've just been unbelievable these first two periods.
They certainly have put in performances. Hopkins coughs the puck up, taken off his stick by Tate. Tate drives forward, little layoff, chance here coming in. It's going to be 7. It's 6, I should say, and it is far too easy.
Yeah, another mistake. I think that was Dom Hopkins that time, just on the blue line, and there were no forwards covering.
The game is gone. Second period, it's 3-0 in the second period, 3-0 to the Raiders in the first period. They have been a dominant side tonight.
Yeah, I think the score doesn't even reflect how dominant they've been. It could have been far more than 6.
It's been a tough evening for the Stars, and the players will now go back into the locker room. The coach will be, trying to... It's too late now for... What's the word I'm looking for? It's too late for tellings off. It's too late for doing things now. It's just trying to build them up, tell them where they're going wrong, try and get something out of winning the third period.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about having some pride in finishing the season with something, really. Just winning a period, not just getting blown out by 10 goals or something.
Tough times for the Stars after the second period. They trail by 6-0 on the night, by 10-2 on aggregate. Third period coming up. Can the Stars win at least one period of ice hockey? We'll find out. Right, there we go. Puck comes out from a face-off. We digress because there's not a lot happening on the ice apart from the Raiders, who are just a superlative on the evening. As the puck is loose again on the far side in the Raiders D. The Stars still working very, very hard. If they can get one moral minor victory, it will be to stop Ewan King getting a shutout. But coming forward is Lack with the puck now. Down the right wing of the Stars, the left of the Raiders, and he still has it. He's managed to put 2 Stars onto the ice as they've tried to get the puck away from him, but he's still in control of it. He goes back to Smith. It's just too easy. They're finding the tape so well. Lack will now come in, top of the circles, fires it in. Good save by Annetts.
Great play.
And it's a great goal.
Really clever play by Pitchley there.
Pitchley's fired it in off the back of Annetts' leg.
Yeah, he saw that Tommy had come out of position making that first save and just took a chance and thrown it on net, and it's really, really clever play.
He tries to hold the puck up and does very well. Green tries to get onto the loose puck, and it's all too easy for the Raiders on the evening, I'm afraid. Over the 2 legs they have been far superior, I have to say, to the Stars. The Stars started brightly, but the clouds came over in the shape of the Raiders and just blocked those Stars out. Narlek goes through, little layoff. Davis fans on the shot. Hopkins will come away with the puck. Gives it to Green. Green left wing. Cuts in from the left wing. Fires a shot in. Hits the board behind. Hopkins can't. He does. Hopkins turns the rebound in smartly. And
hallelujah.
no, Dom Hopkins. Well, the Stars lose by 7-1 on the night. They draw the third period. Not enough. It's been a good season, finishing fourth. Nick Oliver, who is the double winning captain of the Stars from yesteryear. Just explain what you've seen tonight.
It's been a almost perfect performance by London. I mean, the Stars haven't played a great game, obviously, losing 7-1, but a lot of it's got to go down to the way London have played. They've just been brilliant.
Stars took a 2-goal lead early in the first playoff leg, but then it was just a cakewalk. It was 11 unanswered goals, finally stopped by Dom Hopkins getting one late on. Simon Anderson will be looking at his squad now, looking to see if he can take them further on from fourth place.
Yeah, as I said earlier, someone's got to play devil's advocate and say, are the teams strong enough to win the league, win the playoffs? I mean, if Simon does think these are the right guys and they've just had an off weekend, an off patch before Christmas, as you said, then he may want all these guys back next season and go, let's try and go one better. Let's try and get to the next round.
Stars are moving forward off the field and on the ice. 2 fourth place finishes. A sad way for them to end the season. You've played with these players. There's quite a few of these players that will be feeling quite distraught.
Oh yeah, definitely. I remember this last season, losing at this point in the playoffs in overtime against Streatham, and there was some tears from some guys. It hurts, sort of giving 8-9 months of your time to try and get something out of a season and then to lose. It's difficult.
Well, there you have it. The Oxford City Stars have lost by 7-1 on the night. They've lost by 11-3 on aggregate to the London Raiders, who hopefully will take that form on when they face the winners of Chelmsford or Bracknell. But for now, it is a case of thanking all the players for their efforts on the ice.